Exodus chapter 40, verse 36, the last few verses of the last chapter of the book. Whenever the cloud was taken up from above the tabernacle, the children of Israel would go onward on their journey. But if the cloud was not taken up, then they did not journey till the day that it was taken up. The cloud of the Lord was above the tabernacle by day, and fire was over it by night. And this is the phrase, in the sight of all the house of Israel throughout all their journeys. Here we see that the cloud covering the tabernacle by day and fire by night was a visible sign of God's presence with the Israelites. Bearing in mind there were roughly about 2 million people coming out of Egypt, and of course they were traveling. God put a visible sign, if you like, or a visible indication that God's presence was with them, and this was the visible sign, the clouds over the tabernacle by day and fire by night. And so the Israelite, when they woke up, they would see the cloud in the day, and they would know that that was the assurance that God was with them. And that brought me into the New Testament. God hasn't put a cloud on the tabernacle, but remember the purpose of the tabernacle was that God would dwell with his people, right back in Exodus chapter 25. And so now, of course, we know in the New Testament that the Holy Spirit dwells inside every Christian. 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Don't you know that your body is the temple of the Spirit of God? And so every Christian has the Holy Spirit dwelling inside them. Then we go over to John chapter 14. And this is the verse that I thought of, John 14 and verse 15 and 16. If you love me, keep my commandments. I will pray the Father, and he will give you another helper, that he may abide with you forever. The Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it neither sees him nor knows him, but you know him, and he dwells with you and will be with you. So here we see, before the Holy Spirit came, Jesus speaking to his disciples and says he'll pray to the Father, and he will give you another helper, another of the same kind as the Word, and he may abide with you forever.
Morning.
But then you notice at the end, verse 17, the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it neither sees him nor knows him, but you know him, and he dwells with you and will be in you. And so here we see in the New Testament, the Spirit of God is the visible presence that God is with us. In fact, it's not visible, it's invisible. An invisible presence, but it's the assurance that we know that God is with us. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, chapter 6 rather, just reminds us of the exact expression, because 1 Corinthians 3 reminds us that the church is also the dwelling place of God, but individually as Christians, the Holy Spirit indwells every Christian. 1 Corinthians 6, verse 19, or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own? Of course, the implication is that our bodies should be given to God. Of course, in the context, he's speaking about immorality, but here he's reminding the Christians that their own bodies are actually the temple of the Holy Spirit. And so today we don't have a cloud as the visible presence of God. We have the indwelling, invisible Spirit of God. Remember, John 14 said he will dwell with you forever. Thank you for listening.